Please welcome our second speaker, Rupert Francis. Life is just for living. Life is just for living. Rupert Francis.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Now I can't sing, but I'll do the best I can in my nice coat shirt. Here's a little song I wrote. You may want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. Here's a little song I wrote. You may want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life there might be some trouble, but if you worry it will be double. Don't worry, be happy. Be happy. Now, life is just that, for living. Now let me take my dark glasses off so that I might see my audience. Because it is important that you see my eyes. Because you see, the eyes are the windows of the soul. Life is for living. So much, so many of us, we go through life without living. And I'm here to tell you that you must start living if you've not yet lived. That's why I put my hat on. That's why I put my dark glasses on. That's why I put my shirt on. Because I am going to Jamaica to get my groove back. You going to join me? You see, it's easy to go through life and be dull. It's easy to go through life and be drab. So, just go through life and be happy. Don't worry. I'll give you a little note here, a little story here. I have a friend of mine from France. He says, why worry? Why worry? There's only two things to worry about. If you get sick, and if you get sick, there's only two things to worry about. Is if you get well. If you get well, you have nothing to worry about, right? Cool? Then if you don't get well, you only have two things to worry about. Whether you live or you die. If you live, you have nothing to worry about, right? And if you die, you only have two things to worry about. Whether you go to heaven or whether you go to hell. If you go to heaven, you have nothing to worry about. But if you go to hell, you'll be so busy shaking hands with all of your friends, you don't have time to worry. So why worry? Why worry? Take a vacation. Get a bucket list. Hit your wife with a bucket. Oh, that's horrible. Who said that? I don't know. Put the bucket over your head, you naughty fellow. Get a bucket list. Do something. Well, part of my bucket list is, guess what? Not to hit my wife with a bucket. I would never think about doing that. Oh, no, I bet yes. I better not. I agree with you. Tomorrow, though, I'm going to hit myself in the head with a bucket because I am going to attempt to walk the LA Marathon. Saeed told me to do that. Steve paid for it. And Lee held a gun at my head and said, if you do not, Stanley said, be careful, Lee. Keep your finger off that trigger. So I will attempt tomorrow, in the rain, to do something that I've never done. 20 years in the army. And I walked through hills and valleys, cascaded mountains, swam into rivers, and I never did a marathon. Well, I don't intend to be Pericles, the first man who ran the marathon, you know. So I am going to make it. It is a goal of mine. I ask you all to be with me not only watching me on television, but pray for me that I can make it. Don't worry. Be happy. What if something happens that you never expected? Expect the unexpected. For example, last week, unfortunately, one of my students just died. Went into the hospital for 2 weeks and just died at the end of it. We don't know. We had a graduation. Another student had a headache, a simple headache. And guess what? They found a lump in her head in this very hospital. And this nice, brilliant, sweet girl that I got to know also died. So it reminded me of my own daughter. I'm not here to make you unhappy. I said I'm here to make you happy. So don't worry, be happy. How can I be happy with all those things that are happening around me? It's simple. I'd rather focus on the positive than the negative. I chose to live my life happy. I chose to not worry when things happen. I chose to motivate, to inspire, and to persuade my audiences. I decided that it was best to make the best of my life by helping others to see the light. The light. And so, like Bob Marley, I would be sitting in my room, watching my doorsteps as 3 little birds sit on that doorstep. And you may be thinking I was smoking something naughty, naughty, naughty. I'm not. But that is life. There is hope at all times. You have to look at the positive. You have to stop worrying like Bobby McFerrin. You have to stop worrying like me. Because I tell you, if you worry, you're going to have stress. And if you're going to stress, you're going to die. And we already told you what's going to happen to you if you die. So let's go back to it. Life is just for living. We have to live it in love, in peace, and in harmony. Ladies and gentlemen, don't worry, be happy. It was great to share my story with you. Thank you.
That concludes the Area B5 contest. Judges, hold your ballots up so they can be collected. Mr. Chief Judge, let me know when you have them all collected.